Alright, gang, welcome back to our Triple Threat Challenge on Hutan Pantai. It is now February 7:45 and, well, 7:46 in the morning, I guess I should say. And we're on our way to do a contract. We don't have a whole lot of money left. As we left off in the last episode, you saw we had about $2,000-ish. A lot of fees and the interest on the loan and everything. Took a good chunk of that last night, so we are a little weak on money right now, and we're going to need to do a few contracts, even though I was attempting, doing the best I can to not do too many contracts on this series. Sometimes there's no other way around it. We're going to have to do it, right? So we'll stop here and hopefully fill up, if it'll let me. No? Am I doing something wrong here? There it goes. I guess it only works at pump 3, I guess. Anyway, we'll fill up some gas here. We probably had enough to get it done, but I was getting a little concerned with it. I'm not going to fill it all the way to the top because, again, we have very limited funds. We are going to get some funds from this cultivation contract we're going to do. Obviously, it's a cultivation contract. I got the cultivator on. But it's not a crazy amount. It's a couple $1,000s, so. But it will definitely help us as we move forward here. But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. We're probably going to be doing a significant amount of contracts today. We do need to drill a field today as well. Am I past it? No, I'm really far away. Who the hell is honking the horn at me? Walter White. Go figure. Go figure. Anyway, we are probably going to have to do a couple of contracts today. There's not really any way around it, unfortunately. We just don't have a whole lot else to do today. We have to drill the field, but to drill the field, we need to buy a bag of seeds. We have some seeds left in the drill. I'm just afraid it's not quite enough. So this contract hopefully will get us to that point where we can buy the bag of seeds, and then we can drill the field. And then after that, we will need to do at least one more contract, whether if I do it on camera or off camera with you, that's not really decided yet, but I will have to do at least one more because of the interest and the fees that we accumulate overnight. It's quite a lot. But we're on the progress. We're making good progress. It was so easy for me to say that, wasn't it? We're making very good progress towards what we need to do. We spent a lot of money at the end of the last episode because it accomplished things that we needed, right? We needed all the things we bought. We now pretty much have the base stuff we need. We certainly could get some other stuff and upgrade stuff, but we have what we need now to be able to run our farm successfully. With the exception of maybe a roller, but, you know, I hate rolling, so I will probably do some rolling, but I hate it. So we'll see how the roller, whenever we get the roller, I don't know when that's going to happen, but anyway. We've got what we need. So we spent all that money to get what we need, so now we just have to kind of wait until we have another harvest, collect that crop, put it in the silo until it's best to sell, right? I know a lot of people have been making fun of me about not utilizing seasons, right? But I've mentioned it before, and I've mentioned it again, and I've mentioned it on a lot of different series. I do think that this challenge is difficult enough as it is. If it gets to be a point where it's not, or I feel like we're moving forward too quickly, I'm probably will just up the difficulty from, you know, easy to hard or something like that. Probably won't turn seasons on since we said we weren't going to have seasons on in the beginning. But we can always move the difficulty around if need be. I just think I think it's going to be difficult enough, especially the tipple. Everybody that I'm talking to says the tipple is going to take me like 8 years to do it. So, and we haven't even begun. I haven't even looked at what I need to do for the temple. That's far down the line here. My first true objective is to buy another plot of one of the ones that we're allowed to purchase and pay off the loan. Those are my real main ones I want to complete. Now we do have the goat pen already, which is great. I'd like to get some goats, but to do that, obviously we need mowing stuff, we need equipment, we need all that stuff, and right now we do not have that. So it's going to be a bit. It's going to be a bit. I just put it down because we had the money to do it, and I wanted to put them down so I kind of knew where they were going to be at. So we could kind of sort out and plan out the rest of our yard there. And I'm not even fully positive that whole entire area that we have there for our yard. Oh, we're getting stuck in the ground again. I've been getting stuck in the ground a lot with this cultivator. When we left off in the last episode, I forgot to mention that at the beginning of this one, but when we left off in the last episode, I actually got the cultivator halfway stuck in the ground. So there is some major issues here with FS25 in the ground, right? And I'm assuming it has to do with that, you know, what they've made, the modifications they made with, you know, the wheels and stuff. What's the word I'm looking for? The deformation, I guess, is what it's called, right? Where if you drive over like this freshly plowed ground, it's going to put this big divot in it from the tires, right? Like that, right? So I mean, they've got to make some kind of updates to fix that, because it's happening. Not only is it happening in the brand new Frontier map, the new series that I started, which if you haven't checked that out, make sure you check it out. It's a survival challenge, a true survival challenge, with a few tinier modifications to it. Instead of starting with a trailer and a small tractor, we start with a medium-ish sized tractor and a winch, and that's it, nothing else. So slight modification to it, but it is still a true survival challenge, and that's my bread and butter. So check that out if you haven't. Shameless plug, but there have been some major issues on that map with the trees. They just sink into the ground, they disappear. You're just pulling them with the winch, and all of a sudden, half the tree's stuck under the ground, and you're flying up in the... It's a mess. Let's put it that way. It is an absolute mess. So I thought maybe it might just be potentially that map that has some issues that they need to kind of work out, but I think it's more of an FS25 issue more than just the map. And there might be some issues with the map itself too, but it's rough. Let's put it that way. This is a lot bigger of a field than I was expecting it to be, I'm going to be honest with you. I probably should have utilized their equipment. It probably would have been a little bit faster. But I was using mine to save ourselves a few extra bucks. Well, to make a few extra bucks, I should say. I think it was like a $900 difference or something like that. Which, you take you take 2,000, was it, what, 500, 600 bucks, something like that, and drop, you know, 900 off of that. That's a little less worth it, in my opinion, at that point, right? I do like this map the more I play it, though. I really do. I like the view of it. I like the surroundings. I mentioned it a number of times already. I do wish there was some more fields or things that do up on the hilly, half mountainish type of area, right? I wish there was some more of that. They have some areas over there. Speaking of that, I was watching Game Enjoy, Josh. Go check his channel out if you haven't, by the way. He's got a great channel. He does a lot of mods for FS25, so if you're interested in mods, go check him out. You might be able to see some mods that are coming out before they actually are released or actually out and approved on ModHub. But anyway, I was watching his stream the other day, and he was talking about an area that I'm specifically bringing up where it's basically rice fields, and they made this really cool, unique, like, platformed layer up, like staired layer up, kind of these rice fields. You can't harvest it. You can't do anything with it. It's just decoration. We might have to go there and look at it here today if I remember to do it towards the end of the episode or something. But it's like I don't understand. Like, why put that in there? Like, you're talking about these new crops and rice is your big thing, and then you put that in there, but then it's only a decoration. We can't do anything with it. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, why would you do that? I don't know. I guess it was just for the look purpose, for the trailers and everything else, I guess. I don't know. But anyway. That's just complaining about random stuff that doesn't really make that big of a difference, I guess. It would be cool to do it, but really, I mean, is it impacting my ability or my want to play this game? No, not really. There are many issues that I'm dealing with the game, but I'm still enjoying it. I'm still having fun. So, it's really all that matters, right? We just have to work through them and hope that when they continue to release updates and patches that these items get fixed at some point, right? Yeah, I can do this real quick while we're quick save. I was going to say, I can do this real quick. I can at least show you what I'm talking about, so if you want to look at it yourself in case I don't go over there. It's up here in this area, I think I got it right. But anyway, I'll show it to you later on. But you can't purchase any of this. And then the other thing he was talking about, which I agree, it doesn't make any sense to me. So if we stop here for a second, all right? Here's the shop, okay? This whole land right here, you can't purchase it. You can't do anything with it. You can't buy it. It's actually pretty good land. There's some trees. There's some flat areas for mowing, right, and do some baling and stuff. It's a decent plot of land. You could turn these into 2 plots right here if you really wanted to, but you can't buy it. Like, why? Why? Doesn't make any sense. Like, they've got this whole section over here just kind of locked off that you can't do anything with. It doesn't make any sense. Why even put that in there? I mean, for looks, I guess, but, like, at least let us buy the grassland around it. That's fine if you don't want us to be able to remove the buildings and stuff. I'm perfectly fine with that. But all the grassland around it? What's the reason for us not being able to have that? This doesn't even make any sense. Anyway, I'm just ranting and rambling about minor inconveniences, complaints, issues. So we're 47%, 46% done with the field here. Got a decent ways left to go here, but it should make us a nice profit. So I'm going to go ahead and get to it. Shouldn't be too long, I don't think, and we'll be back. Alright, that should be all taken care of, so we should be able to complete this. $2,916. That was totally worth it. Puts us up to $3,489. Which is good. So we're going to hook up to the drill here. I'll head up to the shop. We'll buy a bag or a box, whatever, of seed. And we can start drilling our field here. More long grain rice going in for sure. Like I said, there's 20% in here. It might be enough to get it done, maybe. But I still don't think that's going to happen. Before we start, we're going to do one other thing we always have to do. We got to flood this field here. And boom, perfect. All right, so I will head to the shop. I'll fill up the... well, I don't know if it'll be full, but I'll put 1,000 liters of seed into the drill here. We'll come back. We'll get started drilling this field here. We might need fertilizer. I don't really recall how much fertilizer we have. I was looking at this field. It doesn't say anything about needing lime, but once we drill it, it might. So who knows? We bought all that lime, and maybe we don't really need it yet, but I would have expected that that field was going to require lime, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't for one more drilling, but we'll need the lime at some point anyway. The other two fields I do know for a fact need lime. Boom. If we go here, you can see those two definitely need lime. It doesn't say anything about needing lime on these, so who knows? We'll figure it out though. What did I just go over? Oh, I just killed a sign. Whoops. Actually, on our way back here, gang, I'm gonna fly over here and show you what I'm talking about. So, when I was showing you before, right, here's the shop. All of this land right here, like, why can we not do anything with it? There's a bunch of trees on it. It's relatively flat. I mean, I get it's right next to the shop, but come on. Like, this should all be playable, usable, whatever. It doesn't make any sense to me. If you want to block off this section and this, that's fine. You know, block it off. That's fine. This is what I'm talking about. See these areas right here? Really cool, really nice. All these, but it's all decoration. You cannot purchase this. You cannot harvest it. You cannot drill it. You can't do anything to it. My stomach is growling, gang. I apologize. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but anyway, this doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it's cool. It's really nice. They did a really good job making it look like, but like, let us do something with it. Doesn't make any sense. So anyway, that's just another complaint I have. So let's get this back to the farm here. We'll get drilling here. Oh, actually, while we're here, that's not bad. We don't really have any money for it though, but just wanted to check the used market like we always do. Make sure there's nothing out there that we absolutely have to have, right? Makes us want to shift gears or anything like that. Really what we need to get here is a second tractor of some sort. I'm going to attempt the whole go down the middle here. I don't know if this is the right thing to do or not. Actually, you know what? We're just going to go my traditional way. I started it this way already, but so I kind of screwed that up, but we'll fix it. I'm just going to go up and down the whole way. I'm not even going to do a headland pass. We don't really need one on this field specifically. We really don't. I mean, those are kind of slightly in the way, but they're not that bad. We can easily do a turnaround there. Not a big deal. Yes, I know. I'm not trying to plant it in the grass. Don't you worry. Yeah, we're underway. So I just bought one bag of seeds. I could have bought two and filled it up to max. I decided not to do it. I bought one bag. So we're going to go with it. So a lot of new members on the channel recently, so if you are new, thank you so much for your continued support. I appreciate it. We've got a lot of stuff on the channel right now, a lot of good stuff to check out and watch, so if you're only watching a specific series, make sure you try out the other ones, give them a shot. One thing I know I'm probably not as good at as I need to be is explaining the rules or what's going on with the series. You know, after we're a number of episodes in, right? Everything is down below in the description, but I should probably try to get better at it. I think I mentioned on this series at one point maybe putting I don't know, like a squared off section in one corner that, you know, kind of describes the main threat objectives. There's 3 threats, which are really objectives, right? They're all randomized. That's why they're a threat, because you don't really know what you're going to get. You don't know what kind of issue you're going to have or what kind of difficulty the randomizer is going to throw at you. For me, specifically in this series, my goal is I have to have goats, which I already have the pen for. I have to have goats. I have to purchase a number of fields, and I have to do that crop on those fields, regardless of what the fields are when I purchase them. I have to do the crop that, you know, whatever. So the way it worked, I guess I should try to word this a little bit better. The way it worked is the randomizer would pick a certain crop, right? For me, I got soybeans. I got green beans, excuse me. So I had to find the plots of land that had green beans. There was 2 of them at the start of this series. I had to mark those numbers down, and I have to purchase those fields. And when I purchase those fields, regardless of whatever's in that field, I have to put green beans in. Not green, why do I keep calling them green beans? Is the right word. I keep thinking I'm saying soybeans. Green beans. I had to put green beans in them. Get it right, Z. I had to put green beans in them, regardless of what's in there now. At that point, I can't even harvest that. I mean, I guess you can if you want to, but I'm not going to. I have to put green beans in there, in that field, and then harvest it. And then the final objective for me was a randomizer on what loan amount you got at the start. Mine wasn't as bad as it could be. I mean, we could have had $1 million loan, but we did not. So we have $500,000 loan. So there you go. Those are the basic high-level rules. But there are other rules as well. Just make sure you check the description if you're new here and haven't watched the other ones for whatever reason. I'll just try to do a better job of every, I don't know, 5 episodes or something. I just, bring that up again just to make sure everything's relatively clear. I had thought about, I had kind of worked on, and I kind of scrapped it. I had worked on a little, like I talked about, a little image to put on. And I don't know. I just don't know if I want to cover up part of the recording, I guess. I mean, maybe it doesn't really matter. Maybe none of you really care. I don't know. But I just wasn't really happy with it. I spent some time on it, tried to, plan it out as best I could. All right, easy there, Alfred. Easy, buddy. Go ahead. Go ahead. I tried to, spend some time on it, plan it out, make it look as best I can, and make it look as, the least amount of, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess I really don't know the word, what word I'm looking for. There's a specific word, but I'm kind of blanking on it. But try to make sure that it's not in your way as much as possible, right? But I ran a test on it. I just wasn't happy with it, and I didn't want to put something out that I wasn't really happy with. So I decided to kind of scrap it for now, and maybe I'll come back to it later after I have a little bit more of a rethink on it, or a little bit more of a little more idea, I guess. Some more ideas pop in my head of how to do that and make it look professionally done and not like I just threw it together for a few seconds, right? Anyway, maybe that makes sense, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. You'll figure it out, I guess. It's all in the description. One way or another, it's all in the description. But some of you, which I can fully admit, a lot of the times when I'm watching some of the other guys, and I say some of the other guys, I'm talking about, the normal crew of us that do a lot of the challenges together. Crustu, Rusty Money, Josh from Gaming Joy, Northern Farm Sim, Farmer Mike, Milk That Hen, etc. All those guys, right? Whenever we're doing these challenges that we all tend to do together often. Now, I believe Rusty Money Gaming is getting very close to 2,000 subscribers, so if for whatever reason you're subscribed to my channel and not subscribed to him, go check him out. He does some good stuff. I mean, him and Crustu are really the main reasons why I decided to start a whole second channel. I don't know if they're watching or not, but if they are, thanks, guys. But so I was doing, some of you know this, those of you who've been around for a long time know this, but there's a lot of new people to the channel here lately, so I feel like I just might as well bring it up again real quick. But for a while, I was doing all my farming stuff on my other channel, which I've had for much longer than this channel, significantly longer than this channel. And then I decided at one point that I was just going to scrap the whole doing farming on that channel, because it's vastly different from my other channel is. My other channel is playthroughs, reactions, etc., things like that, for shooters and hack and slash Dynasty Warriors type of stuff, right? That's typically what I do on that one. And I do some challenges in those too. Well, most of the time I do, but lately I've been doing a lot more playthroughs. There's been a lot of games that I wanted to play, but anyway, I guess what I'm trying to get at is I had farming stuff on there for a little while too, and then I was like, this is just too much. It's too different, I guess. The type of games I was playing on there are very much upbeat, fast playthroughs, campaign, story mode stuff. And this is more, well, I do challenges, so I guess not so much, but it's a little bit more laid back, relaxed. It's not really the same viewership, I think, right? If that makes sense. Certainly not the same genre, right? So I just felt it was better off for me just to make a separate channel just for the farming. So, and it's worked out. It's worked out really well. So, and you guys seem to really enjoy it. So thank you very much. We're nearly done here. Did a whole lot of rambling. I don't want to put another time-lapse in yet. Maybe later on in the episode, depending on what we do. But I don't want to put another time-lapse in yet because we already did one, and it wasn't super long, but it was a time-lapse nonetheless. So I'll just do a bit of a jump cut here, gang. I will get the rest of this field done, and then we're going to need to fertilize the field, and then we're going to... No, we don't need to flood it yet. I'm sorry. It's just long grain rice. We don't flood it until it's actually been germinated. But we will have to put down fertilizer. We can also check the lime to see if it does require lime or not. I have no idea if it is or not, but we can check it. So yeah, let me get going here, and I'll be back with you. It won't take too long here. We've got probably another 6 passes, maybe 7. I don't know, somewhere around there, and we'll be done with this field and get the fertilizer out. All right, we are done with the drilling here, gang. I'm just touching up the edge here. There's a tiny section back there. I just hit it. Oh, Byron. That I need to hit, so we went ahead and did that, but all done. And I didn't have to do any headland passes or anything like that, just based off of the room we had, so it worked out well. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the fertilizer spreader, and I think based off the changes they made in this game, really, I probably should be fertilizing before I drill, but I'm still doing it the old-fashioned way from FS25 and before that even. Just not really something I'm used to yet, so I need to get used to that. I'm just not quite there. Doesn't really register. I don't really think about that, I guess. Now, I have the harvester out, as you can tell. The reason why I have the harvester out is because I'm thinking, towards the end of the episode here, we might do a harvesting contract. Makes us a decent amount of money. But if we don't, I can always put it back away. It's not a big deal. No, I got to drip. I got to drip. I was going to say I got to drop all the lime out. I'm going to see if it'll say anything about lime here. Quick save. Maybe. It doesn't say anything about needing lime. So I guess it doesn't need lime for a while. I guess when you put down this, it's kind of like a placeable, but to put down these rice fields, I guess the first section of lime, you're good. You don't need to put any more down for a couple drillings, which is how lime kind of works anyway, right? You put it down for a little while, and then that's it. Look at all that lime. That's a shit ton of lime. It's alright, we needed it. Well, we will need it soon enough. Now, this is not very much fertilizer. I'm afraid we might have to get some more. That is nothing, as a matter of fact. And I haven't really used this yet, so I really don't know how far this spread's going to be, but not that far, it looks like. So I already screwed that up, but that's alright. We'll just kind of angle this way. It looks like this is a smaller spreader, well, width of the spreader, than the one we had before, and that's just because I didn't upgrade it, because we really didn't have the money to upgrade it, right? We truly didn't. It was very expensive to bump the width of this up, but the size of this is going to be helpful overall, especially for that lime. That lime would have been miserable having to go back and forth to the shop to fill it up. So we're probably going to run out, but we'll see. Probably didn't need to really even waste this over here, but I did it anyway. I mean, it's 248 liters, so we might get it done. We might just get it done, though. Yeah, we're gonna get it. We're gonna be done with it. We're good. We're good. All right. A little section back here I missed. Hold on a second. After that, we're done. Put all kinds of tire marks in here, even though I just was talking about how I wasn't going to put any tire marks in it. Yeah, so you definitely should probably be doing the fertilizing beforehand, but, yeah, it is what it is. It's too late now. All right, I'm going to leave this actually out, because I'm probably going to put the lime back in here since we have so much lime. That way, you know, keeps the yard a little bit cleaner, a little bit neater. Right? So just sit it here for now. I'll clean that up later off camera. I don't know why it's opening it up. Like, it can accept it when there's fertilizer in there, but whatever. Okay, so that's all done. I don't think we need to do anything else to that right now. Nope, we're good. Okay. Then I guess it's a harvesting time, right? We're going to take a look. Well, we at least take a look at the contracts and see what kind of harvesting contract we have out there. If it's not harvesting, we can do something else. Ideally, it would be either herbicide spraying or, well, I mean, I guess you could do a lime, but I haven't seen any lime contracts. But more cultivation contract, I guess we could do as well, right? What is this? Oh, potatoes. Okay, so let's see what kind of contracts we got here. That's a huge one. That's right down the road from us. $9,000. It would take us an eternity to probably do that. That is a big field. That is nearly as big as the field we started with before we chopped it into different pieces, and we did not finish that harvest for a while. That would be a rough one to do, I think. This is the one right next to us, but it is a beet harvest. That would take a while. Probably longer than the other one would take. There's not a whole lot out here, honestly, where we're done with the harvesting already. So there's very few places out there for us to do. Spinach, $600. That's only $1,000 bucks. That's not even worth it. That's not worth it. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing any harvesting today, gang. So, is there anything else out there for us to do? Deadwood. Five trees we can sell afterwards, but we don't have any way to carry them. So that's not good. Plowing, we don't have a plow. I mean, I guess we could do some drilling, but these fields are massive. There's no way. No way we can do it right now. There's no way. Wood transport, if we did that one, then we could probably do this one and utilize it for the same thing and make some extra money, but I'm thinking there's nothing there for us, gang, so I don't know what else to do. We're kind of a shorter episode here. We don't have enough to buy a plow. 7,500 is the cheapest one right now, and it's a very small plow. But so I guess what I could talk about is kind of my vision here moving forward, I guess. So once we have a little bit more money and get a little bit more footing, I think what I'm going to end up doing is taking out part of this yard. I don't think we need the extent of this entire yard. If we, well, first of all, we'd have to probably get rid of these trees. I guess I could leave them there for now, but if we get rid of these trees and we take this field here and we try to, you know, fix it up a little bit more, I guess. But if we kind of draw an imaginary line this way, and then kind of come to here and go like this, and square this whole section off, it'll be a little awkward shape. But if we turn all this into grass, get mower, stuff like that, we can bale, right? That way we have supplement for our goats. Now, we won't need all the grass we have there. That's why I said we can turn some of it into bales and silage, etc. But that's an option. That's an option we can do and probably succeed at, right? Probably something we should do. But that requires us to get a plow so we can actually turn this into this, or a mod to come out for a cultivation to be, being able to, plow with a cultivator, right? That's all stuff we currently do not have. We don't have enough money to buy really anything right now. So I guess with that, gang, I mean, we are up there in time. I just wanted to check the time really quick. We are up there in time, so I guess we'll leave the episode there, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. There are more videos in the corners for you, and I'll catch you in the next one.